welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis and I post 2 videos a week on a Tuesday and a Thursday at 7 AM. So if you love recipe videos like this one and you want to see more, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And now I'm going to share with you how to make my delicious oat and raisin cookies. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make my delicious oat and raisin cookies or biscuits. These are really easy to make and we love a biscuit in this house. We always have some biscuits or cookies in a jar in the kitchen, and we have nearly run out again, and as a little sweet treat for my husband and son, I thought I'd make some more today. So here is how to make my delicious oat and raisin cookies. Firstly, I'm going to preheat the oven to 180 degrees. While the oven is preheating, I'm going to prepare my biscuits. So for this, I have about 175 grams of butter that I'm just going to put into that bowl. I'm going to move the egg over with that as well, put that in later. And then in here I have about 150 grams of coconut sugar. Now you don't need to use coconut sugar, you could use brown sugar if you wanted to, but they do taste better with brown sugar or coconut sugar, I do have to say that. Well, I think that anyway. And then I'm also going to add an egg to this as well. So I'm just going to crack an egg and put that into my bowl. So that's that in. And then I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract to this as well. So I'm just going to add like a capful of vanilla extract as well. And then I'm going to blend these ingredients together. The butter and the sugar together until they are smooth and soft, and I'm just going to set this bowl aside now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with my dry ingredients. So in this bowl here I have about 200 grams of oats that I'm just going to pour into my bowl like so. And then in this bowl here I have about 150 grams of sorghum flour. Now sorghum flour is a flour they use a lot in Indian cooking, and they use it in a flatbread normally. I'm using it today because I've actually run out of brown rice flour and almond flour, so I would use either of those. So I'd use rice flour or almond flour, but as I've run out I'm just going to use sorghum today, so I'm just going to add that to my mixing bowl as well. And then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder to this too. So I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm going to also add a teaspoon of ground sweet cinnamon. If you can't get ground sweet cinnamon, then you can always use cinnamon. That's absolutely okay. And then I'm also going to add a teaspoon of salt to this as well. So I'm just going to add some salt, like so. And then I'm just going to mix these ingredients together until everything is well mixed in. So yeah, I'm just going to keep mixing these. These biscuits or cookies make a really great sweet treat. They're also great in a packed lunchbox as well. And they make a really nice after dinner or after lunch sweet treat as well. I normally like to have my sweet treats after my lunch, so I will probably have one of these today after my lunch, and my husband and son will probably have them after dinner. So yes, that's how it works in this family. How's it work in yours? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. Right, so that's everything mixed together, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my dry ingredients to my wet ingredients. So I'm going to mix everything together. Now don't worry if it seems a little dry, it probably will be, but I have a solution for that. I have some apple juice there. If you don't want to use apple juice, you could use a bit of milk if you wanted to while you're mixing these together. I think I'm going to need the apple juice though. So yeah, I'm just going to add a bit of apple juice to this mixture, just to make the cookies a bit wetter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it bit by bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. As I said, you could use milk if you wanted to, and milk of your choice. Also, you can make these vegan as well. You could use vegan butter in these instead of butter, or you could use coconut oil as well. And you could take out the egg and actually use a banana to give it that extra bit of sweetness if you wanted to. So yes, I'm just going to continue to mix these together. That's looking a little better. So I'm going to add a little bit more apple juice to this. I think I had about 4 tablespoons in that mug, and I think that was perfectly fine to use. So yes, as I said, I'm just going to keep mixing these together now. And the final ingredient I'm going to add in is my raisins. And again, I'm just going to mix these ingredients together until all of the raisins are mixed in to the cookie mix. Now, normally I would put my cookie dough mixture into the fridge. I would roll them all out and I would put them into the fridge. But with this one, I want them to be soft and not hard and crunchy. So I'm just going to put this straight onto my baking tray. And I'm using my Pampered Chef stone again. I love my stoneware, it cooks food really evenly. If you haven't got stoneware, then you can always use a baking tray and a sheet of greaseproof paper and just oil the greaseproof paper before you put the cookie dough on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop some of the cookie dough onto the baking tray or stoneware, like so, and hopefully this will make quite a few. I'm hoping this will make 16, maybe more. I do have another baking tray over there, so please don't worry, there is another tray if I need it. So yes, I'm just going to continue to put the cookie dough onto the baking tray. In the end, I did have to use 2 trays, and this made about 20 cookies. You could make these smaller if you wanted to, but I just fancied some chunky cookies for the weekend. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these into the oven for about 15 minutes. The cookies have been in the oven for about 15 minutes now, and they're looking a lovely golden brown colour. The ones on top look a bit more cooked than the ones on the bottom. So I'm going to take the ones on the top out and leave the other ones in for another 5 minutes, I'd say, but these ones are definitely done. So I'm going to take these out and leave them to cool. I've left the biscuits to cool until they are touchable. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take them and I'm going to put them onto this cooling rack and leave them until they are completely cool. It smells so good in this house right now. The smell is amazing, I have to say, and I will try one of these biscuits in a moment, or cookies. I think they're quite crunchy on the outside, but I think they might be slightly softer in the middle. So they're probably more like the shop bought ones that you get in the supermarkets. The soft cookies that you normally buy from the bakery section. So yeah, I think they're probably going to be a bit more like that. So this is a real treat because normally I make quite crunchy biscuits, so my husband and son will be impressed. Oh yeah, that's really soft and fluffy on the inside. I'm just going to try a little bit. Has a slightly chewy texture on the outside, but it's really lovely and soft on the inside. They are delicious. I'm looking forward to my husband and son trying these because I'm sure they're going to love them, and I'm going to probably have one of these with a cup of tea this afternoon. I have no doubts about that. That's how you make my delicious oat and raisin cookies, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be having a couple of these with a cup of tea this afternoon, and I can't wait. They smell so good and they tasted really good as well, so I'm really looking forward to 2 of these this afternoon. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.